Good morning, Marybeth clan. So let's go through your watches that you gave me. Let's go through each one. So first of all, this is the last one the kids found in the drawer. It's a Waltham, American made. It's a 12 size. Got glass for a crystal. I replaced the hands. The hands that were on it were no good. And so I'm going to just give you a demo. They're all going to be very similar to this. It's a wind pendant set, which means you're just going to pull out the crown. Okay, hands on the crown, push it back in. Pull out the crown, and then move the hands to set the time. Now, when you set the time on the hands, go in the clockwise direction and don't whip the hands around. Just take your time. When you get to the time, set it the time and push in the crown. Now to wind it, push the little bow down and wind it in the clockwise or forward direction. Take your time. You can hear all the click springs recovering and holding it in place. A little slight pressure in. When you get to the end, you won't be able to wind it, and that is tight. So there you go. Now I want to show you the back. So this is an interesting case because it looks like there's a little tab on the front, like the front should open up, which all of your other pocket watches do, but it doesn't. It's kind of fake. So this is a rear entry, and this is a case that was made. It's 14 karat gold fill. Was made by Wadsworth, which was a big case company exclusively for Waltham, and has some interesting features that I've never seen. A couple of little small wings that hold it in the case, and it's only a rear load pocket watch case. Very unusual, very cool. I would probably place a retail value on this at somewhere around $150. Okay, there you go. Let's move on to the next one. This is another Waltham. This is a 15 jewel movement, and I'll show you the back in a second. A little different. This is a screw-on type front bezel. You won't need to do this. This is I think this is glass. Yeah, this is glass also. So I'm going to show you the movement. Now I'm going to wind it first. So you wind it the same way. Now this crown is kind of worn. Okay, there's not a lot of ribs to hold on to, so don't worry about it. You got to use a little finger pressure. Again, winding in the forward direction. Until your fingers are going to slip because the crown's a little worn, but just something you kind of work around. This has some switched up hands. I think I took one hand from one and was able to make a complete set, and they match nice. These are, I'm just going to consider that wound. These are fine spade hands. Setting the time, just pull out the crown, push the bow down, pull out the crown, nice click, and then move everything into the forward direction till you got the time set. Push the crown in. Now we need to look at this because this is a beautiful, this is a screw off back. Now, if the kids or the family or some adult wants to see the back, it's okay, but just keep your fingers away from everything that looks moving and sparkly. The jewels, I'm just going to point this out real quick. When I talk about jewels, 15 jewels, the jewels are actually a ruby, and this one actually has little gold settings for the jewels. So each one of these that I'm pointing to that looks bright and shiny, big, is a jewel, and it's the pivot point for the train of the watch. So this one has 15 jewels. considered a little bit higher than grade or a little bit higher timekeeping quality than a 7 joule. But I will dispute that because a good cleaned 7 joule will keep just as good time as a 15 joule. Beautiful. It came out beautiful. Beautiful. They're all running great. So anyway, this back, just take your time. And this is a, I believe, hold on. This is a Keystone case. It's Silveroid. And it's very nice. And when it says guaranteed 20 years on it, that means it's, well, this one's gold filled. I mean, this one's a Silveroid. So there you go. So screw the back on. Sorry to give you some wrong information. Silveroid case, good condition, and beautiful watch. So the next one we have is another Waltham, and I think I said the last one was a 16 size. This is a 16 size also. A little step up from a 12 size. This one's kind of interesting because this is a this is a chrome plated case, and that is actually someone put at some time in its life a military looking type crown. So this is probably not original to this case. So anyway, you wind it the same way, and this one is, you'll find, is so much easier to wind because it has good ribs on the crown. So wind it till it stops. And this is one that has a completely brand new set from my friend Marty in Niagara Falls, re-blued, restored, and I ordered diamond open frame diamond hands, and they're gorgeous. And let's see, again, set the time, pull out on the crown in the forward direction, don't whip them around. And there you go. Now, you'll notice that the winder on this one is at 12 o'clock. And the last Waltham I showed you, the winder is at 3 o'clock. Sometimes they refer to these as a side winder, where the 3 is at there. It's actually a hunter case in an open face. It's a hunter movement in an open face case. People love the sidewinders. So let's go back to this Waltham. So open diamond frame hands. This is a 7 joule, and let's take the back off. And as you can see, it's a little different looking. These don't have the little pink jewel in the middle right here. So the jewels are actually on the bottom side of there. So here's a jewel. You can tell the difference. Okay, so this is a jeweled balance assembly, and the other jewels are underneath hidden. Beautiful movement, running great. Beautiful, beautiful Waltham movement. And this will keep just as good time as a 15 joule watch. So now we're moving to the biggie. Let's see, I put a value of this one, both these Walthams here, at retail conservative to anywhere from $200 to $250 a piece. $250. Now this one is your Elgin Crusader. This is the one with the etching on the back with the inscription that says from assist to art 1935. Now this is actually has a name. You could buy this. It was called an Elgin Crusader, and I think one of the reasons people bought these, first of all, they came in solid gold cases. This is a solid white gold case. It's beautiful. I have replaced the hands with stuff I had in my own stock. This is one of them. And so the seconds hand broke when I took it off, and so I've replaced that. And these are fine spade hands. And this has a Elgin, which is an American made. It has their top of the line movement in the back, and I'm going to show you this. So let's go over the winding first. So again, same direction, and you'll notice they all wind a little bit different, and how wonderful it is to have good solid thick ribs on it because it's easier to wind. So wind it till it stops. Again, they're all pendant, wind pendant set. This is going to be a little shorter pull. and move the hands in the forward direction. And I always tell people, don't do it like, you got to get there in a hurry. Just take your time. And this would be, again, an open face movement, because the winder is at the 12. So if you open the back, I left it open. It actually says, there's a few scratches, and I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't try to polish this yourself. If you're going to do it, take it to a jeweler and let him do it. There isn't anything you need to fret about. Look at that work. That engraving on the back, 14 karat gold, Elgin Crusader, which was actually someone would go in the day. This is from 1923. The other three Walthams that I showed you were all from 1908. So you probably don't want to do this on your own. It has a little cover on it. Sorry, that's called a cuvée, French for cover. And this is beautiful Elgin GM Wheeler 17 jewels. On the other watch that was 15 jewel, didn't have a jewel there. Anyway, there's a total of 17. There's a jewel. And these are gold, actual real gold settings. So beautiful watch. They did the little gold work where it says GM Wheeler on it. Just beautiful. So when you close it, you close the cuvée tight, close the back tight, and that is, I'm going to put a value on this because I did some research, and I would say and this is a plastic crystal, the value of this, $1,200 to $1,400. Okay? Very cool. Very neat. And so there you go. And let's go to the Apollo. This one here, I am not going to do, or if you guys use this, just run it till it stops. There's a lot of, this is, what did I decide? It was Swiss made, and I've only seen one, and that was on eBay, and it runs. So again, you're going to wind it the same way, and you see when you start to wind it, I haven't done a thing to it, but she starts to run, and it has these lumen. They painted this lumen on it, so probably at one time in this day, it used to shine at night, and it's got an alarm that you set. And it's an alarm pocket watch, and it's called Apollo, Switzerland, 7 jewels. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do on this. If you guys want to see a little personal demo on how you set the alarm and all that stuff, I would be happy to meet you up at Starbucks to do this. But the kids, I mean, everybody loves this because of the way the hands look. This is, I would say, this watch came over from Switzerland after World War II. So nobody did anything with Switzerland during World War II, but afterwards they flooded us with all kinds of cool stuff, and this is one of them. And it's unique. There's only one other that I've ever seen, and there's only one on eBay. And this sells on eBay for $99. If you want a personal demo on how you make the alarm, we've actually set it here and had the alarm go off. So there you go. And now, the one that I just do not know anything about, and it is pretty trashed as far as the movement goes. The hairspring's bad, everything's bad, it has no hands. So we're thinking German on this. They did a lot of these painted dials, and the dial has had the feet cut off. I mean, all kinds of stuff. It's been like butchered. And the back opens up, and so there's a key that sets the hands when you get them on there, and there's a key that winds it up in the back, and then this top part flips up. And just as a novelty piece, I don't think, even if it gets fixed, that there's a ridiculous amount of value on it. I mean, I just don't think so. But if you want to pursue it, that's up to you. So anyway, there you go. That's your collection, and it's a fabulous collection, and I have enjoyed myself. And thank you very much for the opportunity to go through your stuff. Bye.